Religion is for those afraid of going to hell. Spirituality is for those who've already been through it. My name's Deb Ashby, and I am here sharing my human experience to help you gain confidence in your experiences. I'm posting videos a minimum of 3 times a week. I do live one on one coaching. I have courses that I'm working on getting put together to help you find your best self, your truest self, connect to your inner authenticity so that you can find all the answers that you need to be your own life coach. The answers are all inside of you. It's just a matter of how to extract those answers. Maybe even knowing what the questions are to get the answers. Sometimes we have to get to the questions first. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, click like on the video, subscribe for more videos, leave comments so I know that you're watching, and let's dive in some more. Spirituality is so much different than religion. Religion is a great base and it has a lot of value for those that are in that stage of needing religion. But if you've listened to the video this far into it, that's probably not for you. Spirituality might resonate a little bit more. Also, if you're kind of going through life, feeling like there's more, feeling like you're just going through the emotions, not really having any spark of life, not having any specific forward movement, then taking steps to create the life you want is what the next step is. And the first step in taking those steps is giving yourself permission to have a great awakening. Give yourself permission to stop seeking outside for things to fulfill you inside. Step one is connecting with yourself with self-awareness and evaluation, and giving yourself permission to know that you have all the answers that you need. Not everyone knows how to uncover them, and that's where I come in. The great awakening within yourself is when you start feeling a little lackluster with life, or you start noticing that maybe you're playing the cookie cutter game, and maybe you've gotten so far with that and it's been fine, but there's so much more. You hold so much power as a co-creator here on earth. Your thoughts create your reality, whether that's for positive or negative. And even still, you will still have lessons that are going to be presented. You're still going to have patterns that you'll want to watch for so that you can learn those lessons and get out of those patterns, right? We are programmed a certain way from 0 to age 7. There's things going on with the brain waves that make us as humans just absolute sponges. And so there's a lot within our environment that's going to affect the way we think, the way we act, the things that we believe about ourselves, the things we believe about others, the things that we believe about the world. And if you're my generation, age 40 and over, it's going to be even worse because we did not grow up with the internet to show us all the possibilities of what the truth is. The newer generations aren't forced to rely on information solely from caregivers. They have the world of information in the palm of their hand. And they're scrolling through everyone else's thoughts and opinions all day long. My generation did not have that growing up. The thoughts and opinions came from our parents, our school teachers, athletic coaches, and any church leaders that we might have had. Maybe some neighbors. But ultimately, there was no outside influence outside of that little bubble. So, spirituality and awakening and understanding how this world functions is going to be a lot easier for these newer generations coming in. And maybe those generations aren't the people that I'm talking to. Maybe I'm talking to the people that are I mean, even like 35 plus, I would say. I don't really know. Like, even I had a child at 16, and that child, even she grew up with the social media. She grew up knowing more than what caregivers were telling her because internet was available. When she was a baby, internet was not available. The name came out of a baby book. I could not look up on the internet for information of how to go through pregnancy or how to mentally cope with being a 16-year-old mother, or how to accept that the whole rest of my life is going to be different than any of the friends around me. I didn't have internet for that. Therapy wasn't even a thing. Therapy was a luxury, and or something that you I remember meeting my first baby daddy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I've been in a mental hospital." And I was like, in one hand, I was jealous because I wanted to go to a mental hospital because I felt pain, and I felt depression, and I felt like an alien and a black sheep, and like nobody loved me, and I was just different. I wanted to go to a mental hospital so that I could get help. He was in a mental hospital because he had a reaction of anger and some other things. That's his business, not ours. The point is, the resources in this day and age are available. And it is my goal to help be that resource to others because I wished I had a resource and I didn't. And I followed cookie cutter plans, and I thought that everything bad that was happening to me was just happening to me. I didn't realize that I could create my own world. I didn't realize that all the patterns were lessons for me to figure out. I didn't realize just how much comes from our own inner being. And there's a lot of information going out there in the scientific world of what is this reality. There are many scientists that say reality literally does not exist unless it is being observed. It is a projection, a hologram directly coming from our brain that is a receiver. Everything that is out there is only out there because our brain is receiving the signal that those things exist. And there are scientists that have stated that the particles that exist in this world, this dimension, they cannot find proof of their existence without them being observed. And that's huge when you really think about it. What if this really is just an avatar video game type life? And if it is, that's amazing because that puts all the power back in our hands. Everything that we thought we couldn't obtain, we can with simple beliefs. And that first belief is going to be a belief of stepping outside the box, a belief of reprogramming everything you know to be true. It's going to be a journey of understanding yourself and knowing that you drive the ship. And if you're failing to plan, then you're planning to fail. So, how do we plan? Nobody wants to fail. So, how do we plan to succeed? And step one is giving yourself permission to be different, giving yourself permission to be weird. I think I recently heard that the word weird actually means something about faithfulness or being able to choose your own faithfulness or someone that aligns with faithfulness. So, weird is a compliment. Weird means you're choosing your life. You're recognizing that you're different from others because we're all different. We're all here for our own journey. And yes, there's co creation with others. And yes, we're in the existence with others. But ultimately, all that can change with thoughts. When I was younger, I mean, I can't tell you how many different, I could tell, I've had many different lifestyles. I've met a lot of different people in all different walks of life. And when I say that, I mean, literally, I have had someone from America's Most Wanted sleeping on my couch. But I have also hugged billionaires that fly in helicopters wherever and whenever they want. I have been I've had conversations with a porn star and also conversations with people that are like Wall Street savvy. It's from connecting to someone who's homeless to being invited to mansions and everything in between. And the reason why my life has been so expansive and so different in so many different ways is because I have the desire to understand all those things. I don't view the homeless or criminals as less than me. And I don't view the billionaires and entrepreneurs as people more than me. Because we are all given a spirit here on earth. We're all given the same amount of time in a day, even though time doesn't exist. But that's, again, this world is completely not what we were told in any way, sense, or shape or form. The stars are not what they say that they are. Our brain is not what they say it is. When I was growing up, they said everything happened in the brain. No one was talking about the heart. No one was talking about the gut. And now they have evidence that the heart gives off more of an electromagnetic field and pulses than what the brain does, and that the gut is connected to our brain. So, whatever's happening in our gut is going to affect our emotions, is going to affect our decisions. And we're now learning. We know so much about the body and brain, and the more that we learn about it, we're learning that they're not single organisms, and they're not mechanical, and they're not separate from the rest of our body, our spirit, our soul, like consciousness. Things are not what we've been told. And thank you to the internet and all those people willing to help share this information so that others like you can snag this information and realize that all the power is in your hands. It's in your hands. You have all the power. You just need a permission slip. Give yourself the permission slip that you need. That's step 1. Step 1.1 is self-awareness and reflection. And that's a different video. But it's important to understand how much control we have. A wonderful exercise is write down what your perfect day looks like. Or if you had $1 million or a magic wand, what would you change about your life? Write it down. Think about it. Notice what your dream life looks like. Does your current life reflect that dream life? Or at least does it have room and space for the steps to get you to your dream life? The second step is goal setting and intention setting and visualization. I have something in my eye. Excuse me. And there's a lot of successful people out there that have done goal setting and visualizing. And if you've done it before, I want you to do it again. I want you to do it again while listening to your soul. I want you to do it as an exercise of forgetting everything that anybody has ever taught you or told you through school, through your parents, through pressure at work. I want you to listen to your soul and really think what a dream life would be for you. And if it is the same path that you're on, that's amazing. I hope you know, that's great. I don't know if this is the channel for you. Maybe it is. Maybe you can still find some benefit for this. But if you're still here and listening, this is resonating with you. If this is resonating with you, it's meant for you. It's so important to give ourselves the permission slips to know that it's okay to not follow the box. It's okay to not be a cookie cutter. It's okay to do what you want because this is your life that you're co creating with God. That's it. You just got to give yourself a permission slip. I think I'm going to end it there. This subject goes deep, but I just want you to remember, do this exercise. Write down what your perfect day is. Write down what your dreams are and make a plan. If you don't know how to make a plan, contact me. Because I can give all the tips and tricks that I want on here, but the magic comes from seeing where you're at and helping you determine how to get to where you want to go, how to find those answers within you. I'm not a life coach to help teach you how to do life in a way that I think it needs to be done. I'm a life coach in a way that I help you connect with yourself so that you can create the life that you want for yourself. I have the framework, I have the tools, I have the gift that reaches into your heart and knows just what to say. But it's up to you to take that step. It's up to you to do the work. It's up to you to give yourself the permission slip to be more, to be different, to love yourself fully. And if you enjoy the life that you've created in the cookie cutter box world, but I mean, maybe you thoroughly enjoy it. Maybe you're if you feel like you're successful and you're super proud of where you're at, I'm not sure you would have made it this far into the video, but B, that's okay. We can either build on that and still find ways within that cookie cutter world to implement things that can bring you closer to your soul while still living that life, or I can help you find the lessons that you've learned through that journey, the tools that you have learned through that journey. Okay, we'll evaluate what you've been through up till now. We'll evaluate that and see all the strengths that have come from that and all the skills that you have developed in that. And then we can take those skills and those strengths, and then we can find areas for growth, areas for change. And so it's okay to want to change your life. It's okay to want to do a complete 180. It's scary because we don't want to feel like we've lost time. It's scary because we don't want to feel like all that effort was for nothing. And that's where finding the tools and lessons within our past is handy, because it helps us know that all that time wasn't for nothing. And that's really important because no one wants to feel like their life is nothing. We want to feel growth. We want to know that we're doing things right. And the only way we can ever be doing things right is if we are listening to our soul. Your body will tell you. You have to be listening, though. So I'm Deb. I spelled out with two B's. I share my human experience of awakening to help others gain confidence in their experiences. I'm posting videos a minimum of 3 times a week. Subscribe if you want to make sure that you don't miss any videos. Like and comment so I know that it's resonating. Like and comment so that you can claim your sovereignty, claim the rights to your soul. Much love. Have a wonderful day.